There is a storm on its way. Yellow warnings of snow in Lancashire. Some parts of the country have got yellow warnings of snow and of wind. So we're going to do a quick walk around the Polytunnel, make sure everything's shipshape and in its best position to fend off the storm that's on its way. So to begin with, the first thing we want to check is, are there any tears? Any small tears will quickly turn into big tears. So we'll just do a quick walk around and we're looking all good. If you did have any small tears, the best thing to do is to just use the polythene repair tape, and you can just quickly patch that up and that'll just put you in the best position for when the storm arrives. The next thing I'm checking for is the polythene tension. We've got a decent amount of tension in the polythene. You can see it by eye and you can just give it a tap as well, all the way around. Our easy builds come with a built-in tensioning system. You have to excuse the mess in here. This is part of the plan to sort this out. But with a polytunnel like an easy build, you have these jacking points, so you can lift the hoop up off the foundation, and by doing so you can create extra tension. So if you have the space to do it and you've got that feature on your polytunnel and you need to tension the cover, then that is a good idea. Now's a good time to do that. What else are we looking for? We want to check around and make sure fittings are secure, including things like your ridge bars. So there shouldn't be any movement in there at all. And also things like your crop bars as well. So that should all feel nice and secure. All easy builds are built to British standards, but if you are concerned about storms, these things, we call them crop bars. They're often referred to as brace bars. They serve two purposes. They strengthen the tunnel for wind coming from the side. They're also great for hanging crops from. Another thing to go around and check is all of your foundations. So the foundations shouldn't have any movement at all. You go around each foundation and just check that it's all looking firm. With lower quality polytunnels, like this cheap green one that we've got, once the cover goes baggy, and like it is here, I mean it's incredibly bad, that's going to flap around in the wind and it's going to tear eventually. The tunnel doesn't have any way of lifting those hoops up, so that the only thing we can really do is just hope for the best, but that's going to get a severe battering tonight, I would imagine. Next, we're going to just make sure that doors are secure and closed. So at the back of the polytunnel we have a zip-up PVC door. That's all zipped up and tight and fine. Our front sliding aluminium door, we're going to just make sure that's closed and make sure that it's on the bolt. We don't want any movement there. And the final thing we're checking for really is just to make sure that there's nothing around the tunnel that could essentially turn into a projectile during the storm. So we don't want anything flying at the tunnel. I've already had a walk around this one, so there's not too much. Okay, so we've gone around the entire tunnel. We have checked the polythene for any tears, checked for tension. We've checked the foundations all the way around, and we checked all the bracketing and everything to make sure that everything's tight and secure. Then we have secured all the doors shut, made this repair down the side here to this this cord that holds the vent closed, or it holds the vent close to the side of the tunnel, stops it from flapping around. What else have we done? We closed the vent and we have checked for projectiles. I'm going to move that chair because if that blows over, it'll probably go through the cover. Okay, so now we're clear of any projectiles, nothing's going to fall into the tunnel and risk tearing it, and we should be in pretty good position to face the storm that's coming.